Hi, I'm Levi Gibson, part of the public cloud practice here at Insight, and I'm joined today by Nick Johnson.
Hi, Levi.
Partner Tech Strategist from Microsoft. Today we're going to talk about how third-party applications and technology vendors are starting to integrate into the Microsoft Cloud Platform with Azure. So Nick, we talked in our first video about hybrid cloud, and we know a lot of customers have existing investments in technology and infrastructure. And so what does it mean as we start to see these other technology companies and applications start to integrate in with Microsoft Azure?
That's a great question, Levi, because we know that customers don't typically just buy one solution. In order to service their customers, they put together a whole package of solutions. And it is a concern that when you're moving to Azure or moving to the public cloud, you don't want to lose that investment. Maybe you have expertise in that, you've got data in that, it's a critical application for your business. And so what we're seeing is a lot of these third-party providers have built versions of their applications that either sit natively on Azure and you can move to a virtualized version of it, or they're natively integrated. So if you have an on-premises version that you want to extend to the cloud, a lot of them do that. A great example might be a storage solution, where you back up and you have backups of your data on premises, but you also want to move that data up into the cloud. And so what you do then is you extend that storage solution up into Azure so you have second copies of backups up into Azure. It's a real simple example, but it's a way that you can take advantage of on-premises hybrid and still have the power of the cloud with that third-party application.
So do you see in these third-party technologies, do you see a lot of staying a portion on-prem and going into a hybrid, or do you see them, most of them going into hybrid, or do you think there's going to be some that are 100% in the cloud?
All of the above. I really do. And it depends on how customers need to use it. And what's great about working with these third parties on building out solutions that are integrated or hybrid to the cloud is you can do a lot of those things that you just described. And so it's important that a customer not make the jump until they've figured out, what is my business case? What is my use case? How am I going to make sure my employees are still able to use this, that it services our customers? Then you pick the solution that's best for you. A lot of them start with a hybrid solution and then migrate to the cloud over time as they de-emphasize their on-premises investment and move to a more cloud-native investment.
For sure. So what are the different third-party technologies that are really integrated into Azure? What are the most common ones that customers likely have out there?
Yeah, Levi, there's a few common areas that we see. One would be in the storage space. It might be like a Veritas or a Commvault or a Veeam or a NetApp. They have on-premises solutions today that also extend up into Azure, but they also have virtualized appliances or versions of their appliances that can be used as a hybrid experience with Azure as well. So that's a great one. We have storage plays, so you might think of F5 or Barracuda as ways that you can put things that you need, firewalls and whatever, in place as a way to protect your hybrid or your cloud environment. A lot of times you can take your license that you have on premise and move them up into the cloud. It does vary per vendor, so make sure you check with them via the Azure Marketplace to find that out. Some of the other key things that we see, Citrix does a virtualized desktop solution that really works great on Azure and allows you to deploy that Citrix experience out to many users all at once.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a really great solution that way.
And I think that's also where Insight can really help customers. Yeah. I mean, like even with data management and storage and backup, we're really helping go in, taking a peek into the customer's data center and making the recommendations of how it can be optimized and either going into a hybrid state or full cloud state, helping the customer decide what should go and how it could be optimized there.
Yeah. One of the other things that I didn't mention a few minutes ago was in the non-Windows space. So we have tight integrations with Red Hat, with a lot of the Linux distributions that are out there. A lot of the open source community really works well on Azure. So if you have customers that are running in non-native, non-Windows environments, they should come and really think about putting some of their solutions on Azure as well, because it's a great platform for the entire open source community as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of adoption of that quickly.
Yes.
So if you want to hear more about the different technology vendors that can work in your cloud environment, go ahead and click the link below.